Hello, and how are you? It's been a long time. I often say that when I haven't made a video for a couple of weeks, but it has been, I don't know, a long time. I saw on my Instagram, I barely posted on there for probably 3 times in the last 5 or 6 weeks, I should think. We have been creating our advents, and they're now all finished and dispatched. I say that there are a handful of the Floral Elegance for UK, which are going out probably Monday or Tuesday, but apart from that, all of the advents are gone, and we like to track them and see how they're doing, and it's lovely to see them all arriving. And we love creating them for you, but my goodness, they are exhausting, to be honest, and I have not had time to do videos or barely do any stitching, to be honest. So, but yes, they're done, and our Christmas Eve boxes, I'll talk about them in a second. And how are you? What have you been doing? Love to know as ever what you're up to. So this is my latest Hare quilt edition. So this is the quilt that I'm doing. I've got a couple of little bits here. These are past ones where I'm stitching them all together. I'm going to be using hand-pieced sort of stitch cloth to piece them all together. This makes sense. I'm sure I've talked about this before. So this one is the tufted forget-me-not, and I have put so small, so blue in grassy places. My flowers raise their tiny faces, and that's the Flower Fairies forget-me-nots quote. And then Myosotis laxa, which is Latin, and then it is more beautiful for being small and unpretending, even flowers must be modest, and that is Thoreau. So, really enjoying that. This writing has taken forever. I did my writing too small when I did it, and it's taking forever. If you're one of our patrons, we've just uploaded the flower, forget-me-not flower pattern for you. If you're joining in on the quilt, or if you just want to stitch them independently, I haven't put the writing on. It will probably drive you crazy, but obviously you can add any writing that you want to. Do it slightly bigger than I have. So anyway, really enjoying that. And I'm just about to stitch similar to this down the side to see how the colours are looking, because I want it to be quite muted, but this is a bit bolder than I was going to, but I couldn't resist adding that on. So yeah, that's my stitching. Catch up with what Christopher's been doing. We have got a very exciting kind of range of products really coming next year, all to do with foxglove wood. This is Edward the Hare, and this is Christopher drew this. And foxglove wood, the original setting was actually the cottage, Foxglove Cottage, and it was a little family, Beth and Joe and their 3 children, and it's set at the end of the sort of late 1800s, and that was an advent that we did. And then the following year we introduced Foxglove Wood, which is the woodland sort of next to the cottage, and it's sort of grown and grown really. And if you had our Foxglove weekly advent, which is on its way to you, has arrived with many of you now, we hope you love the story, and I know that you really enjoy the stories. So we were thinking about what we were going to do for 2025. The Country Diaries boxes that we did were very popular, so we wanted to kind of continue that nature theme. So we have decided to do foxglove, and it's going to run throughout the year. This is a little stitch that I'm going to do, this of Edward Hare, which I really can't wait to start him. I'm going to put some colour on him first, I think. And this is another project that's going to go stitching wise throughout all of next year, which I'll probably tell you about in the next podcast really. But the boxes are going to be focusing on a different animal or bird each time, which is a character from Foxglove, and really seeing the woodland from their perspective and how they live, being kind of really aware of the smells and the whole essence of the woodland. But each box will also have a little story focusing around the character. And the first one is called The Legend of Winter Hare, and that's in the shop now to order, and that will contain, we've got 2 different boxes. We've got a stitching box and a yarn box, and we've done it separately like that because I've had lots of messages. I used to do the yarn box and then added on the stitching, and a lot of you have got in touch and said, you know, you're a stitcher, you're not a knitter. And actually we launched this box last night, and amazed as ever by your response. Thank you. I mean, I put a little post on stories because I hadn't had time to sort of talk about it before. And both boxes are doing really well actually, so I think doing separately will be better for you. Should you wish to order both, if you are a knitter and a stitcher, I've put different things in there made by me. So if one's got a box pouch, the other one will have a bag, so that if you did want to order both, you get different things. So for the yarn box, it is a 100-gram skein. This is on our sock base, 5 20-gram minis. There's a box pouch in there made by me in beautiful fabric, which you will love. And there will be a lovely little soap. And there's also a DPN cozy in there as well. And if you are more interested in the stitch box, then that is, because there's going to be a little embroidery pattern in there and some hand-dyed threads. And in that one, I have got a project bag with a drawstring pouch. So 2 different boxes, and that is The Legend of Winter Hare, and yeah, they're going to be beautiful. We've got the first 3 planned, and can't wait to start creating them. But before we create that, we are working really hard on our Christmas Eve boxes, and they will start going out. You should have had dispatch notifications if you've ordered our advents. We're so sort of busy, but I think you should have had all of your dispatch notifications, and I should be using a hoop for this. And the Christmas Eve boxes will start going out probably at the end of this week. And they're arriving. Our advents they're taking about a week and a half to arrive. And our advents went out to, I think it was 9 different countries. So we're just so excited that we feel we're part of your Christmas, knowing that you're opening them all around the world. So the Christmas Eve boxes, I hope you love them. So speaking of Christmas Eve boxes, I had lots of requests because as I've said before, we have to put these up for sale quite early so that we know our numbers, etc. And then we get messages from people saying, have you put your Christmas products up yet? And I always feel really bad that they've already gone. It's just that they take such a long time for us to create that we have to put them up early. So we had Robin in the Holly, we had our Floral Edit Christmas Eve box, a Regency Edit one, and a Selvage box. So what we've done is we've chosen one to create more of, and we have decided to do the Robin in the Holly, which sort of takes the form of our Country Diaries one. So once all the Christmas Eve boxes have gone, and we know our numbers 100%, because what happens is some of you very naughty people have ordered 2 things at the same time. So we always make absolutely doubly sure. So when we're fulfilling one, if there are two different boxes on the same order, it's very easy to fulfill, and you know, mistakes can be made when you can fulfill a whole order. So we have to go back and check and double check our numbers. So when that's all done and we know for certain that our numbers are correct, then we will put the other Christmas Eve boxes up for sale, the Robin and the Holly, and they will be ready to ship at that point, or nearly ready to ship to you. They will probably go up next Friday, which is the 22nd. That's when they'll probably go up. But if not, it will be around that time. So if you are still interested in one of our Christmas Eve boxes, there will be a few more in the shop soon. We have also dyed up some more Stepping into Autumn boxes, because I was getting lots of messages asking for those. And we also think, because a couple of ladies over a couple of different advents order too, and their enthusiasm. So we think we're going to have a couple of advents left over that again are all ready to ship. We just have to have the time to just go and double check our numbers. So they will all be in the shop. Some of those will be in the shop. I will try and do it before this video goes up, so they'll be in the shop now. If not, they'll be in there on the next day or two. So we're checking and double checking everyone's got their orders, so they will be in the shop too. Phew. So the other thing I was going to say, I've been asked about our minis club next year. Are we going to have a minis club? We are going to have monthly minis, yes. We've also been asked, are we going to have a double knit? So we're going to have it available on either our sock base or double knit. And our minis, actually I've got one here to show you. Sorry, I've got myself, I'm talking. I find it very difficult to talk and stitch at the same time. So this is our minis club from last month, and this is carnations and chrysanthemums, which came with a little handmade progress keeper. And you have the option always to add on a 100-gram skein and something made by me, usually a box pouch or drawstring pouch. This one has sold out. These have all gone. You should have received them by now. And this month's is called Autumn Wreath. And that's in the shop now to order. And the other thing is our Selvage Chronicles Stitch Club, and that is also in the shop, and that is called, I've called this month Snow on Snow, because it's going to be lots of lovely vintage white linens. And what is that, Sherry? How is it you get knots in fabric so easily? It's never actually a real knot, it's just one of those sneaky pretend knots. Yes, I've called it Snow on Snow because it's going to be lots of beautiful predominantly white linens, predominantly vintage, but there will be little splashes of colour in there as well. I'm very nearly at capacity for that one, so if you would like one of those, that's for sale in the shop now. Yes, I think that's it. So sorry it's been a bit of a short and nattery one, but there was lots. I've had lots of emails. Thank you so much if you have emailed me. I'm catching up with all my emails. I had so many messages, etc. come through, and I will try and reply to them as soon as they come through. And if they don't, I've been up to my eyes with sewing and packaging, and I missed a few. So I'm catching up on all of my emails. Can I please ask, if you're going to message me, that you message me via the shop? Because if you message me directly on Instagram, I barely had time to be on Instagram at all. I very often will miss those. Also, if you have asked me something, you know, the way usernames are different to names, I find it very difficult to then keep track of that conversation. So it's much easier to message me via the shop. So yes, sorry if I've been nattering, and thank you very much if you're one of our Patreons. There is lots of content going up there for you this week. As I say, this pattern without the writing has just gone up for you, and there's a little drawstring pouch tutorial going up this month, and it's been so lovely to see all your box pouch pictures on Instagram and ones that you've been sending me. That's been so lovely too. Yes, I hope you're well. Hope you're looking forward to Christmas. We actually went to the Christmas market opened in Exeter, and we went there last night, and it was absolutely lovely. And I can't believe it's Christmas. The Christmas market's here and people are Christmas shopping now. It's bonkers. But there you are, it's come round again, and it's one of those things again. I know I've been speaking to a few friends who've said the same. You just feel like you want to slow everything down. It's just gone so quickly. So I hope you're enjoying the build up to Christmas, and thank you for coming to listen to me waffle on, and I will see you again very soon. Happy stitching, knitting, crocheting, whatever makes you happy.